I thought I would look at some photographs today, and while looking at them I noticed that a lot of the little girls had their dresses off their shoulders. We're going to be looking at a few more now, and that the women were very flat chested. Being such a transgender thing going on in those days, not let alone happening today. It was happening then. Everything that's happening then they're still doing today. And then, you know, I was looking at the photographs. This person just does, his legs do not look right at all. Those legs have been superimposed in. It looked right down to his waist, and then not, his legs didn't look right. Here's another person. Quite bedraggled really, the people. Yes, they've got clothes on, but when you see the state of them, they just almost look like rag and bone people. I just didn't think his trousers looked... I don't know, I just didn't think that looked right, his legs. Anyway, there he is, with that effect again, on the picture. And you see, he's not wearing an eye thing properly, is he? There you go, his eye is there. Nobody's smiling. Another set of girls now, with dresses off their shoulders. Are these little boys dressed as little girls, and they don't want to do it? You know, is that the best picture you can get of them? You don't say, smile! And then, what it is that this picture here of this woman, for instance, I think they capture things very instantaneously, which is why they caught her not looking at the camera. That 1 second she looked away. But those little girls, look! Why couldn't they just be sitting like that? The one in the middle's on a chair. But what is the one on the left sitting on? What is all that just to have the photograph taken? I mean, in one sense, no one ever noticed there was anything wrong with it, but they stick a plant in. I'm sure you could have had a nicer background. I mean, now the little girl with her top over her shoulders. I find that very weird. Another little girl, not very happy little girl. Oh, get on with it. But her body, I don't know, her head looks a bit big for her body, I have to say. But another not very happy little girl, and his face doesn't look that old, does it, in reality, like when you're looking at it? But look at the effect on that picture. I don't really understand that. Ooh, let's look at the little doll. Plastic doll, I think, or something like that. Another set of children not very happy, and that girl there, look, her hands are quite big. For a girl, I don't know, maybe it's just, is that a boy? Again, whole set of people, dark clothes, none of them smiling. Oh, another children, not happy. Little girl not looking. The best pictures you can find? I'm sorry, that one's a man. Look at the shape of the body. That is a man dressed in a dress. Look at it. It's a man. Look at the torso of the body. That is a man. Dearie, dearie me. Another man. No breasts. Another man. Her hair doesn't look right either. Another man. Look at no breasts. Look at her neck. Look at the size of her neck. Another man. Another man. No breasts. Another man. And another man. Don't quite understand the top. Maybe they've pushed their chest out somehow, but they don't look like it with their facial expression. But another man. All men dressed as women. So bizarre. This one, could you do that with your face? I don't know what's going on there. That effect, whatever that is. And there again, that little girl, no dress over her shoulders. 1830s, 1840s. Another, sorry, that was from the beginning. Another, that's a woman with no chest. Another one with no chest, no breasts. Look at the size of the one on the left's hands. Another set of people, no breasts. Not very happy. Is it that they didn't want to be dressed up like this? Another one, no breasts. They didn't want to be dressed up like this and they're not very happy about it and this is the best they could get? What is it? Anyway, can't tell about that one, but I don't. The background's not real. You know, that's been put in there. And look at those little girls, dresses off their shoulders, and I don't know if they're. I don't know what's the matter, but I don't know. Doesn't look right. Nothing looks right to me. Another not very happy looking person. I think those are adults. I don't think they're children in that picture, but I can't tell. But a not very happy person. Oh, look at that effect on his picture and the ones below, and look at that effect. Another one with effect on it. And look at their clothes. They're quite bedraggled. Like, is that real? Little thin arms, big hands. Don't know. No chest at all. Another one, no chest. Funny poofy dress. Not looking at the camera, not smiling. Ooh! Not smiling again. Not smiling. No chest again. Flat chested. Can't tell on that one. Can't really tell on that one, but looks flat chested. No, well, those two little girls, their dresses are a little bit off their shoulders. Not smiling again. Not smiling. Not smiling. No chest again. Another little girl with her top to her shoulders. And a very butch mum with no chest again. And big neck, big hands, big everything. Not smiling. Sometimes when you look at the pictures, does the one on the left go with the one on the right? Anyway, I noticed he kind of got, I don't know what he's got on his feet in those photographs. They're kind of like clogs. Just the strange effects. The video is coming to an end now. I just wondered what your thoughts were. That, I like that picture the best, but no chest again. But thank you very much for watching. What's your thoughts on seeing all these? Like, it's just bizarre, isn't it? All of it. It's absolutely bizarre. Another unhappy little girl. Like she's got a belt or something on her waist. And another set of unhappy looking women. They all look superimposed into me. But, oh yes, look, again, look at their chest. Hey everybody, I'm here with Christian. Hello Christian.
Hello.
Poor Christian. He can't see, he's blind, aren't you? Like, this is what I do to Amy. So if Amy's going, yes, yes, it's because she can't see it. What it is I have mentioned it, and I think you know what I'm talking about. I was watching a video, it came in, and it was talking about this woman, and she was called the Lady in Red, and she was buried, and I think she was buried in wine, and it so happened that she was in this iron casket, burial, whatever you want to call it, coffin. And I was a bit taken aback that Well, what it basically said is a bit of history. It was in the middle of the 1800s. If you were poor, £2 for a wooden box. But these things, they're metallic grey. They cost about £100. So only people with money could really buy one of these. But they were also made because people were bodies were moving and diseases. And once you put them in this thing, it stopped the body decaying. So basically, it mummifies you once you're in this casket, in this metallic iron casket. And basically what it is there's a thing over their faces, so it almost looks like they're a deep sea diver in a way. This thing moves out the front and you can see their face inside.
Sarcophagus, doesn't it?
1 second, because yes, wait a minute, we'll get to that. Anyway, so I've got Christian back on. Yes, you said a sarcophagus. That's what I saw. So, but in a way, to be buried in one of those, they're quite like, they're shaped round your body, but it reminded me a bit of the tombstones of Egypt. They're not the same, but a lot of them are similar. You know, the shape of them and everything. It mummifies. So,
what if it's the opposite way?
They stopped making them, obviously, 50, 60 years later, but for this period of time. But I mean, they're quite amazing, some of these caskets, these iron caskets. And you think they stop diseases? So why? I don't know why you'd want to open one up, because they've opened them up to look at them, but they remind me, on the now is the Egyptian ones. So they're not the same, but they're similar. And you're like, wow.
Made in the same fashion. Made in the same fashion.
Sort of. I mean, that one could be Roman-like. But they just reminded me that the Egyptian ones are painted, and I don't know if they're metal. Are they metal?
I'm not sure. No, I don't think they were.
Clay?
I think they were in various places. I think they're wooden.
Right. Well, the other ones were metal. So you could say someone had to be shipped in a boat, or a body has to go across countries. This thing preserves you, mummifies you, and stops any germs coming out. They started to uncover them, because what people don't realise is cemeteries aren't that old. Yes, we all go to cemeteries and we'll get buried now, but in those days they had catacombs, they had places, sometimes they were churches and they haven't taken all the bodies, and now they're finding odd caskets. But they're just so sort of reminding me of the Egyptian ones, the shape and everything. There you go. But also look like deep sea divers as well. It's just the top of it. But I find that quite incredible. So, which one's older? That one or that one? Are they about the same time? So are those, the Egyptians, is that the only like the 1800s? Because I don't believe their history. And this was quite interesting. I was going to stop just for a moment. I'll go back to that bit there. People can just read that for a second in case. It's just little bits. And it talked about what you said, sarcophagus. There it is. It was shaped like a sarcophagus, weighed over 300 pounds, and cost $100. Wooden coffins cost £1 to £3, around £40 to $60 today. And then I haven't gone into them, because often you get there and you think, well, where's the bit I want? I've seen it here, and there's a bit more here, but it says sarcophagus. So I thought, right, what's a sarcophagus? Those things in Egypt.
Isn't it? The funny thing is, they were made to preserve though, weren't they, when you think about it? Preserve.
Yeah, like, that's good technology and everything.
Well, when you think about it, in this modern day age, they're talking about cryogenics to preserve them. Now, the idea behind the Egyptians was preserving, was more or less a similar sort of idea when you think.
Yeah.
Preserving it for the future.
But I don't think they were to be opened. I mean, they're saying, oh, well, in this time, in the 1800s, there was cholera, there was this. So it kept all... So once it was sealed in there, say you were totally radiated, say, a nuclear, whatever, you know, nuclear, just the radiation. If you were putting one of those, airtight, no germs will ever get out. Even though it doesn't disintegrate, once buried, it will never release any toxins.
To me, it sounds more like a torture box.
I know what you mean. It's like all these people got buried alive.
Yes. Well, they used to put bells on the outside for people to ring if they were still alive.
Anyway, the video's finished now. I just wanted to point this out. I had never heard of these until I watched the video about... Yeah, I just didn't realise. Now I've seen it, I'm thinking, wow, they don't half remind me of... Where is it?
Sarcophagus.
Them. Yes. Anyway, just another piece of jigsaw puzzle to go in that jigsaw puzzle. No answers really, just more of it.
I think you find the 1800s a complete mystery.
Yes! Everything seemed to happen in the 1800s. Floods, all sorts of things. Maybe even the end of the 1700s. I just think the War of the Roses had something to do with it. And before that, our first set of kings, they were all ethereals. So that sounds like the Starfort people to me.
It was definitely turbulent times when you think of...
no one, you know, today, me and Christian have had a really long talk, right? And this is the end of it, because now I want to make my video, because I'm going to have a hangout shortly. But, you know, if the Starforts were all working, no one's really talking about them. They'd have been absolutely magnificent. They're everywhere as well.
Power places.
There's more of them, probably, than there is pyramids.
I'd say so, definitely.
You can see on some of it, it's brick, it's other things. They're all built out of all sorts of things. Even that's amazing. Like, you can't build all that in 5 minutes.
The thing is the sheer size of them.
That would take a long time to build. Then you've got Tartaria. What was it? It was bigger than the Holy Roman Empire, and all that's going on. Like, I'm like, oh, it's almost like overload.
Very much so, isn't it? Very much so.
It is. But we're going to finish now, Christian. Anything you want to say before we finish?
No, not really.
Thank you for being on the blind video.
That's okay.
Thank you, my darling.
Bye-bye.